Do Dreams Pod.
I want eloquently answered questions. I want in-depth answers from you guys. I don't care if you think it's too much. Like I said, we can edit the fucking thing to make it sound like we Chris Brown. You know what I'm saying? All right, guys, welcome to the Do-Rag Dream podcast. As you may know by now, we're live. And if you're listening to the third episode, I just want to say thank you and thank sweet black baby Jesus. You decided to stick with me this far. Go ahead and like and subscribe and comment and basically show me love in the comments. That's the only way I'm going to make it. Today, since it's a birthday episode and I'm such a fucking narcissist, I figured you guys were wondering, where the hood niggas at? A different perspective, a male perspective. Everybody give a round of applause for your boy, Marquise.
Oh, Keith, me? It's been a while since I've done interviews, all right? I am from Colorado, and I'm 29 years old.
Well, so, I know what you're probably wondering. Why was there only women on the last episode? Don't worry, I got you guys. That's why Keith is here. First, I'd like to start with a segment I like to call Spanglish Word of the Day. Pero like, what? All right, guys, say it with me. Pero like, what? Yeah, you guys got to roll the tongue a little bit more. Let me get a little...
But like
what? Pero like, no, all right. Y'all gonna need some practice, but I hope somebody out there can say it correctly. Pero like, what? Oh, wait. I forgot the best part, the icebreaker. All right, the icebreaker is where I ask my guests a really random question that I thought would be fitting to ask to throw them off their swivel. If you had to pick one body part to never work out again, which would it be and why?
Oh, abs. I hate doing abs. They're stupid. It's so stupid. They're a shallow muscle, and they do a lot of... They're stupid. I would never do it. I barely do them now. So...
All they do is hold your insides intact.
Back is starting to hurt. Other than that, I hate them. They're fucking stupid.
People think that you could just post a picture and make $1,000, but it's like, no. The episode is not like based on sex. I don't want you to think that. It's mostly based on educating why a person like Marquise would have to go to that extent to, do that. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so Marquise, a lot of people think that OnlyFans people are dumb. And I just want you to kind of clarify that. What education level did you go to college? What school did you go to?
Yeah, so I actually went to University of Northern Colorado. I actually have an art degree in education and a minor in business. So yeah, so I definitely have a degree, like education in my family. Like I had 3 teachers in my family. My family was either, being black was either you go to college or the military. So a lot of people in my family are military or have education and all that's been in my family.
Shit. Okay, so like growing up, what did you want to be?
I always wanted to do art. I was really artistic growing up, still am. So it was between like something with art, and my dad was a trucker from the military. So when he got out the military, he just did trucking. Because I tell people that, and they're like, "What? You want to like drive trucks?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I love semis. I want my CDL license." Like obviously with the pandemic, they're the ones still working right now. So
right, yeah. Tell me how the pandemic affected your finances in like the everyday way.
Financially, my mom does financing for a living, so I've been really lucky as far as having really well-rounded financial literacy. So I had an emergency fund because my mom was like, hey, my dad and mom always have an emergency. So I luckily had that, and I had a little bit of a savings. Now, my savings was for my trip to Europe I was supposed to go to at the end of this month. But with being temporarily laid off, I kind of ran through my savings. and a little bit of that Euro trip money for bills, just living. So it got to that point where it was like, I got to make some decisions. And
Wow.
that's where we are now.
Okay, so for the listeners, describe your OnlyFans content. Like, I know people are hearing your voice and are wondering, what the fuck kind of shit does this guy post?
So for me, I kind of made some rules and boundaries for myself. That was just really important to myself. So for me, with my 9 to 5, I guess you would call it, I as a personal trainer, I was like, you know what? Look, give people kind of that fantasy of the bodybuilder in the gym that they want to see naked and working out. So a little bit of doing some at-home workouts that hopefully can benefit some people looking at my OnlyFans, and just giving them the simple fantasy of just like the big guy in the gym flexing and kind of giving them those things they want. Like, I have a video where I'm doing a leg press, and I kind of like pulled my shorts up, and I have my ass just exposed, and kind of some stuff
So you
like
do
that.
a lot of like suggestive exercising content.
Yeah, and it's fun for me because I like to work out. At home I can work out naked, so I'm like, hell, why not record it?
Right. I mean, why not?
So,
And I feel like a lot of people,
Yeah.
if they even, I feel like a percentage of the people that like to hate on OnlyFans only in their dreams wish to have the confidence and the physique of half of the people on there. So that's why I wanted to make this episode, to kind of inform the public on the perspective of a man doing it, because people look at women doing it as, oh, it's just a girl over there showing her titties, but people don't really know what men have to go through to actually be successful in the OnlyFans industry,
Yeah, it was an interesting thing to transition into, and I don't know what I'm gonna make of it, but it's been interesting, honestly, because when I got laid off from my job temporarily, it was a thing where it was just going to be for a couple weeks, and then it's turned into weeks to months. And then kind of just sitting down with myself, I was like, well, you can either do three things. You can either do DoorDash and kind of gamble with that, or you can apply at one of your local grocery stores and make half the money you were making at your regular job trying to get by, or you can try to use your platform and do OnlyFans and see what comes of it. And I was like, what's a nude picture? Or video, so
like, I be sending these
it's been,
shits for free, so
yeah, no, well, literally, it was one of those things where I was like, like I send these out for free. Why not get paid for it? And my Twitter, for some reason, is just, fortunately been blowing up. And I was like, oh, I'm just going to do this. And it's been working out really well for me. So it's kind of
yeah,
fun.
like, dude,
I'm using it as a game.
right, yeah, you have to use it as a tool at this point, because it's either you use it as a tool or you don't pay your bills or you don't eat. Like, what the fuck kind of person is not going to have a understanding behind that? You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to do what you got to do. Stop judging.
Like, after I called my bank and was like, hey, can I defer this or, whatever. And they were like, no. I was like, some bills aren't going to stop. I got to do something. And my mom was like, help you out, but I can't pay your bills. And I was just like, yeah. So.
Actually, story time. One day, a couple months ago, I had like woken up, and I don't know if you remember this, but I had a dream that your mom, and I've never met your mom in one time in my life. I don't even know what she would look like. Full disclosure, I had a dream that your mom literally had a phone in her hand and showed me your Instagram and was like, is my son okay? Like, is he okay? Can you tell him to talk to me? And I messaged you and I told you that. Did I not? Did I?
Yes.
So what did you think about that? Were you like, what the fuck?
No, I remember reading that, and I just laughed because I mean, I was just like, "Hey, we're all having weird ass dreams at this point," so
It
I'm
was
not
so
even mad about
odd.
it.
Oh wait, I forgot to say the weirdest part. So then I get up and I'm like, that was fucking weird. I go to check my phone and his Instagram, he had just posted a picture 3 fucking seconds before that. So he was the first thing on the TL. So I was like, oh my God, the universe is talking to me. I gotta reach out and say this to this guy. So I'm over here like thinking this is a spiritual awakening I'm going under. I messaged this dude talking some weird D senior shit, and he's like probably like, what the fuck is this nigga talking about? But
I
look at
mean,
us
it's
now.
by
We're
far not.
acquainted.
Yes, I mean, I've gotten way, when I tell you way weirder messages than that, so you're fine. I've got some crazy messages.
Awesome. Okay.
Crazy.
So when did like you discover OnlyFans and how? Like were you just on Twitter like everybody else that finds out?
No, I was on Instagram, and I remember when it became a thing because everyone started sharing each other's Instagrams, and I was like, "This is." And one of my friends actually made an OnlyFans, and his like blew up. And I won't lie, I had like a stigma behind it. You know, people who had OnlyFans. I kind of judge. Some people make careers out of it. It's just like, yo, like I don't know if I would ever do that. Like I, for the longest time, was like, I'll never make one. I'll never make one. I've talked about it on my Twitter. So it's kind of funny that I'm here.
We need a more concentrated niche of a podcast. And thank you. And I claim that success in Jesus' name. All right, guys. That's gonna wrap up our episode and our premiere. I want you guys to please leave a comment about the series, about me, about Marquise, and my other guests. Please subscribe, rate, and share with somebody you know. Every little bit of support helps. All right, guys, I'm out.